that's really where I'm at. So welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Um, God is so good. It's another great day in the month of May. It's almost summertime, and today is a week away from one of the biggest days of my life, actually. So y'all to get more tuned in on that here soon. So dang, I didn't realize that. Yeah, I'm 1 week away from one of the biggest days ever. So God is great. Welcome back to the Daily Dose, the number one daily morning mastermind for those trying to elevate and grow in your personal, professional, spiritual, entrepreneurial lives. Let's hop right into the verse of the week. Boom. Psalms chapter 139, verse 23 through 24. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there's any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. I've been asking God to do this all week, and I've been getting tried all week. Various things that I need to work on. So God will point it out. You really want to know what you need to work on, God will show you if you ask him, right? You ask God for anything, he'll give it to you generously, especially wisdom. So I've been asking God this, just God, look at me. What are the things that I need to improve on? What are the things that I need to do better? What are the things that I need to do to better live out my purpose, to better be an example, to better um, overcome situations, to be to get better advice, whatever the case may be, just be better and just lead me in that direction. Everything I get tried to, sometimes I fail, and I know I fail, and I know I'd be like, dang, well, you got to run it back, But that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of the journey, and that's the graciousness of God, because as long as you're trying, God is gonna help you to do what you need to do. So definitely say this verse, ask God to help you, ask God to search you and try you, so that you can so it can be revealed to you what you need to work on so you can get better and level up. But today we're going to be talking about for business, even in your professional life too. We're going to be talking about increasing your value. One of the things we do sometimes we especially in our community, we can get into the mode of not really wanting to. We kind of make our prices around what we think the people that we know can afford to pay, right? And it's kind of hard to break out of that um mindset, right? Because it's a whole world, and people will pay for whatever it is, especially if you bring in value. But you want to make sure that you are working towards increasing your value so that you can charge a higher amount. Because what if you could do the same amount of work that you do and get paid $500 and then get paid $5,000, and then do a little bit more or provide a little bit more value and get paid $50,000 for the same exact time frame, right? So we want to think about that as it pertains to business because it's so possible. And coming from a small town or city, coming from a small city, it is like, okay, kind of hard to fathom it, but when you see it and know that it's possible and believe that it's possible, it can be done. All we gotta do is work towards it. So, how to increase your value? Number one, determine your value, right? What like what is your value? Like, how much value are you putting out into this world? How valuable is the service product that you're putting out into this world? Determine that, and it should be a high amount, right? It should be the highest amount possible. But determine that value for yourself. Understand what it is that what do you work? What do you feel like somebody should be paying you? And no price is really too high. And that's where you go into your different service offerings. A lot of people with Myron Golden, I've been telling y'all, watch this dude Myron Golden. He would give you so much sauce, man. But anyway, it's levels to it. You start with a book, and then you go into maybe a course, if you want to. Then you go into coaching, or a consultant, and then you go into uh like group coaching, and then you go into masterminds, and then you go into one-on-one coaching. And all of those different stages, like book might be $25, course might be $500, group coaching might be, $2,500 per person. Then you had a mastermind might be $10,000 per person. One-on-one coaching, for him anyway, is $40,000 per person, one-on-one coaching. So it's like you have different levels, and that's in his specific industry of what his business does, right? But you can come up with a hierarchy of the type of value that you're putting out and how valuable that is, and determine the value of that stuff, right? You want to make sure that you are determining the value of that stuff. It makes the most difference. Number two, sharpen your skill set. We can't increase our value without sharpening our skill set. We have to make sure that we're staying tapped in to the newest trends in our industry, to the newest tech in our industry, to the newest upgrades, to whatever we can do, the knowledge, right? The knowledge of our industry. If it's something that's been practiced for years, and then you understand that actually this is the wrong way, or there's a better way to do X, Y, and Z. You want to be in the forefront of that, and that's how you increase your value to the marketplace. Take on bigger or challenging projects. This is huge, because once you tackle that one bigger project, more and more of them will start rolling in. And never think about something as being too much or you can't accomplish it. We want to start thinking about expanding our brain, and the way to do that is to have a open mindset, to where it is how, instead of is going to be, how can I do this, right? How can I accomplish this? How can I achieve this? Once you start asking your brain that question, it's going to start trying to figure out answers to it, solutions to it. So find a bigger project, find a bigger service offering that you can do, and tackle that. And once you can add that to your portfolio or your resume, it's up from there. Strategic partnerships. These can also definitely help you to increase your value. Is there somebody that you can tag team with to execute on a project, or to execute on a certain offering in your business? Is there something that somebody who has a certain audience that you think would pair well with your audience, and you want to make sure that you um, purchase that, right? Get into that partnership, make sure that you can capitalize on that partnership, right? Build a strong team. This is how you increase your value. One of the most highest leverage items we can do is pay somebody to do something else. When I listen to these videos and I hear other people talk, all of the most wealthiest people say is such a waste of time for them to do something super well that they can pay somebody else to do, right? And they could teach somebody else to do. It's so pointless to be like, oh, well, I do this part so good, when you can hire somebody and do that, and then you can be working on actually growing and scaling the business. That's all the CEO works on doing the whole time, is growing and scaling the business. All their inner workings, inner pieces. Yeah, at one point he had to do all of those and wear all those hats, but once you start to get people in those places, you don't have to worry about doing that no more. And I'm gonna try to watch this. I'm gonna try to get a sponsorship from these people, but I've been getting I've been trying this Rise mushroom stuff. I don't know if y'all have, bro. I don't know if y'all have seen the ads on Instagram about them, but anyway, I've been trying this Rise uh mushroom stuff, and it works. I'm rocking with it. It's like the lion's mane, the Riki mushroom, like a whole bunch of like six different mushrooms combined, but it's like supposed to be a coffee alternative or something like that. But it's definitely um, a banger. Create a demand for yourself. Never be available. This is something. This is a hack, right? So if you have somebody, maybe your spouse, maybe a family member that you can just pay, or like you can set up a Google phone it's services out here that you can get another phone number for the same phone, or you can just get a whole new phone and have them answer the phone like your receptionist or something like that in your business. So it's not like somebody whenever they're calling, they're not reaching you directly, because it's not like, yeah, we have small businesses, but we want to think big business, right? When you call into Walmart, you're not gonna reach the CEO. You know what I'm saying? When you call into even most big businesses, you're not gonna talk directly to the CEO, right? There's no way you're gonna do that. Unless you already have that relationship established. So there's different ways that you can figure out how to um how to really make sure you capitalize it on the opportunity to create demand for yourself. Like, oh man, I can't even reach this guy. He must be important. They must be doing something big, right? Or you have to schedule to get an appointment, right? To talk to them. There's so many different ways you can do that, but it's really a hack, and it's something that you want to think about as far as as it pertains to increasing your value. And then also study higher value people in your industry. Who in your industry is charging these outrageous prices? Right? For us, it seems outrageous, but for other people, they'll pay it because it's providing value to them and it's going to help them for whatever it is. Right? So study the people. Back at it. I think the live is still going, so cool. Anyway, yeah, my Zoom is crazy. I need to find another kind of platform to use when it comes to this, because I don't know what Zoom be having going on sometimes, right? But anyway, we back on it, and I think, oh yeah, the live didn't stop, so that's good. Still live on YouTube. I'm telling y'all, I'm at like it's May. Yeah, I'm at probably like 90 videos, maybe like 80 videos on YouTube right now. So I'm telling y'all, and by next year, this thing's gonna be huge. We're gonna have a lot of people. And I have still haven't done no marketing yet, but I did come up with the video. Just got to edit it out some. Um, but it's gonna be great for everybody to see the growth of this and to see it from the ground up and to see it, just start, and the value that I'm trying to provide to the world, So God is great. And we'll tap into the self-development topic for today, which is gonna be how to limit distractions. And when in the world with so many different things going on, social media, work, entertainment, um, kids, relationship, marriage, all these different things, right? We want to limit these distractions. Or we want to, yeah, limit distractions in our life so that we can focus on what's important, right? So number one is determine what your goals are. For whatever aspect of your life it is, determine what that goal is. For example, what is your marriage goal? What are your marriage goals? Right? Do you want to have a blissful marriage? Do you want to have um like how often do you want to spend quality time? Like determine whatever your marriage goals are, determine those goals. Whatever your work goals are, determine them. Whatever your business goals are, whatever your exercise goals are, whatever your goals for your kids are. Just determine your goals, right? And that's gonna help you understand. That's gonna give you the point of how we're going to this next thing, and then that's how you understand what a distraction is. Without knowing those goals, you can't understand what the distraction would be. So, like, if you want a blissful marriage, then having an argument or reacting out of emotion and causing an argument would be a distraction. So, right. So you want to first understand what your goals are and then learn what your distractions would be. If you have a health goal to lose a certain amount of weight, if you have a health goal to uh get from being pre-diabetic, anything like that, then you know that certain foods would be a distraction, right? If you have a monetary or financial goal, then you know that watching like or just being entertained instead of working towards what you're trying to get or going and frivolously spending would be a distraction. So understand what a distraction would be for you and then cancel out cancel out all the distractions. And it's so important for us to do this. I was listening to like I said, Myron Golden, and he was talking about how there's no point in if we're broke, we should not be trying to amuse ourselves. And yes, we can take breaks from whatever it is that we're doing, but it was just so profound the way he broke it down to me. I think I even said this before out here, but anyway, he was like, we spend so much time amusing ourselves, we don't even know what the word amuse means. And so he was like, if you put a in front of a word, then that automatically that means like you're against it, right? A whatever, But so amusing, you're a musing. The word amuse means to think. So when we are out here amusing ourselves, we are like against things. We're not thinking, right? And that's one of the main things that we need to be doing. So we have to really limit the amount of times we are amusing ourselves, right? When we're seeking entertainment. And that's what a lot of the culture is for us, as far as what they push on us is entertainment, right? That's if you think about now, if you ask a kid like who are the thought leaders or who are the leaders in the black community, they're gonna name just straight celebrities because that's all they know because we only know entertainment now. It's been pushed so far down. That would probably be crazy. It's been so heavily put in our. It's been so. It has just been pushed to the forefront of what we are doing. Um, in the world as Black people, it's like we can only get it. We can only get rich through being an entertainer. And sports people are athletes are entertainers. So that's what they have put up there, but that's not the only way. We need to be thinking, we need to be cultivating our thoughts to be better and to improve ourselves. The next thing that we can do to limit our distractions is to journal daily. If we start to journal every single day, we will understand how our day went, how our day goes, and what distractions we had throughout the day, right? That's going to be super important for us to know and for us to understand ourselves, right? And then how we can improve because we have, okay, we wrote this down yesterday and now I'm improving, moving forward the next day. Time block. Another big way to eliminate distractions is to time block. Just turn like literally set a timer on your phone to where you're not looking at your phone, anything, you're laser focused on whatever it is you're doing. And set a timer for that. Whether it's spending quality time with your spouse, whether it's doing work, whether it's working out, like don't get distracted. Like the easiest thing, for example, you could be working out and then you waiting between your next set and then you start scrolling social media. Now you're just wasting time in the gym, right? Because you get up there, you're like, oh man, it's been instead of resting for 1 minute, I done rested for 5 minutes right now. And then that really actually throws off the workout depending on what you're trying to do. So just make sure that you're time blocking. It makes such a huge difference. And the last thing I put up here is pray. Pray for God to help you to remove distractions so that you can stay focused and so you can stay guided, so that you can stay diligent on the goals that you have set for yourself so that you can live out the purpose that you need to live. Because um it says in the Bible, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And one of the biggest things that he's trying to steal away from us is our time. Because if we make it to 40, 50, 60, and we have not done the work that we supposed to be doing, the enemy has won, right? So we want to pray to God that we can be focused and stay focused on what it is that we're trying to do in our lives. So also, there are things that you can do, like using supplements. So mushrooms, like I was just talking about this rise thing, berries like blueberries, raspberry, blackberries. Those are mindful foods. They help your mental clarity. Ashwagandha. If you have never heard of that, just Google it. Ashwagandha helps with relieving stress, which will in turn help you to stay focused because you won't be worried, you won't be anxious. So these are some ways you can limit your distractions, and that'll wrap it up for today. And I hope everybody has a super blessed Wednesday and just let's finish cranking out a week strong. And I'll see y'all right back here tomorrow morning at